It is very unpleasant to be jolted awake by a beeping car in the middle of the night. Airplanes fly very high up in the sky. Gasoline, is so much more expensive than it was even a few years ago. Pizza is very good. Most people can't run at a speed of 300 miles per hour. I don't know about you, but I need my coffee first thing in the morning. I need some caffeine to get me going. Ice cream tastes good. It's good. Candles smell very good. If we didn't have cars, it would be a lot tougher. Backpacks make it so much easier to carry many things at once when on foot. An umbrella is a great way to keep the rain off of you when it's raining. When you jump into a swimming pool or a body of water, you get very wet. You get covered in water. It's not advisable and not good for your health to jump into a volcano. Video games are pretty fun. Windows, like windows that you have in a house, they make it a lot easier to see outside. Food is double the price of what it was a few years ago. when I when we see things that are really funny, it's really pleasurable to laugh. It always feels like no matter how many chores you've caught up on, they're not all done. They're never all done. You just can't get to them all. You did the laundry, but now there's dishes. You did the dishes and you forgot to buy the groceries. There's just not enough time in a day. There are so many streaming options to choose from nowadays. Frankly, it's tough to narrow down a few. If you buy them all, you're spending $20,000 a month. But which ones do you need? How many do you need? Right? It feels pretty nice to get a compliment from somebody. It is not enjoyable, I'll say, to be sick, to have a cold, to have a flu, to be under the weather. It's not fun. Not fun. Running on a low amount of sleep and trying to get through your day, it's rough. It's rough. When you're out in the sun a little too long and you haven't really put on a lot of sunscreen, it's pretty easy to get sunburnt. Donuts taste pretty good. Yeah, they're good. It is not pleasurable to shit your pants. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun. It's not convenient to shit your pants. Taking a nice hot shower or bath after a very cold winter day it's a great feeling. It's great. A hot cup of coffee on a winter day, or hot chocolate. Oh, man, that's good. That hits the spot. Movies can be very transfixing and just a great way to escape reality and have an enjoyable experience watching a movie. we've come such a long way in technology. I can't believe that a headphone can now be wireless and it can go in your ear. The batteries are rechargeable. It's mind-blowing. Certain foods taste really good, and then others, no. Some just, no. Some aren't good. Some are good. And then some are not good. That's how I feel about it. I don't know about you. I've got my favorites and I've got my I don't like that's. The right pillow can make a big, big, big difference in your sleeping when you sleep. Newspapers have really started disappearing. You don't see them that often anymore because we're getting all our info from the internet. Cell phones are insane where we have this device. Anything you need to know is on this little device. Falling down, when skiing, when snowboarding, when you're tripping over a dog leash, it can hurt sometimes. It hurts, depending on how you land. Opening a present from somebody who's given you a gift, it's great. It's so exciting, and it's just such a good thing. I like it. If you don't wear a belt and your pants are kind of loose, it can be tough keeping them up. They tend to fall down without a belt. Music is an amazing way to feel things that you wouldn't have felt otherwise. When you're cleaning, doing homework, driving, music just gives you that good feeling and makes you want to sing along sometimes, depending on the song. It's just cool. It can be difficult to focus when there's a lot of noise going on and stuff happening around. It makes it a little more difficult to concentrate on whatever you're trying to do. Chocolate tastes good. It is sweet. It tastes good. Electricity and really lights, they're an invaluable way to be able to see and just to be able to see things in your house otherwise, especially at night. It can be it can be easy to get cranky and kind of a little stressed and what's the word? Kind of just angry if you haven't eaten for a long time. We need food to survive, and we need water to survive. It's so crazy that we can now listen to any song at any point in time on our phone. Remember CDs? You had to buy the whole thing when you only liked one song on it. And now you can go through and pick the one song from each artist and make a big list of them and do whatever you'd like while listening to all of it. It's just... can't believe it. It's great. The sound of rain is relaxing. It's nice. Something about it. Now, I don't like being caught in the rain unless I've got my umbrella. But the sound of rain and that we need the rain for the grass to grow and to help everything grow. It's much needed a lot of the time. The winter season in certain parts of the globe is very cold, and it will snow. There'll be snow on the ground in the winter in some places. Farting can be kind of awkward and funny, and it makes me laugh. And it smells bad most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't. When you're doing a lot of exercise, or if it's really hot outside, you'll start to sweat. That's just what happens. Jim Carrey is hilarious. Robin Williams did a vast array of voices and characters. Very talented. Brought a lot of joy to me and many people. There's nothing worse than when everything's going perfectly. And then all of a sudden, the check engine light comes on, or the tire goes flat. Car trouble. It's never convenient. You never pull in for inspection for your car, truck, motorcycle. And as soon as you get in the door, the check engine light comes on and the tire blows up. And it's just perfectly timed that you were there. And you can now get your car fixed. No, it's always when you got an hour to drive, or you're on the way home from a bad day at work. It's always inconvenient car trouble. Similar to lights, a flashlight is a great way to see in the dark without turning any lights on. Am I right? Flashlight. Small one, big one. A flashlight's a flashlight. It works great. It helps you see better in the dark. Let's put it that way. Play-Doh smells very interesting. Just has an interesting smell to it. It is very hard. I can imagine it would be extremely hard for a human to lift 20,000 pounds. Okay. Above their head. Otherwise, just to lift 20,000 pounds would be very tough or impossible even. Receiving bad news. It's never fun. Never good to hear bad news. Am I right? Family member gives you bad news. TV. Instagram feed. Hear that bad news and it's never good. It's bad. It's bad news. Gross. Bad news. There are so many animals in the world. Just so many kinds. It's crazy. I get a little, well, I suppose terrified when I think about the deep ocean depths and what kind of fish are down there. You never know because you've never been there. There's a lot of fish. When you smell a skunk, ew. Skunks don't smell good when they spray that stuff. No. It's not fun to smell a skunk. Ugh. It smells bad. I can smell it now, and ugh. Sorry. Buying groceries is nice to choose what you want to eat, but it's never exciting seeing that amount of money coming out of your account. Man, and again, those prices have gone up quite a bit. Pencils and pens can be the perfect way to jot down some notes or an idea, and write out a to-do list. And they're just pens and pencils are really good for writing. I suppose you could use a paintbrush, but it's just not as quick and easy, and you need paint, and a pen is a lot quicker than a paintbrush for just writing down a to-do list. Work sucks. Work sucks. Going to work sucks. For a lot of people. And to circle back to the beginning, waking up to that alarm early, hearing that alarm, having to go to work. Oh, I just want to sleep, right? I just want to stay in bed. I'm still tired. Never happy to hear that alarm. It's maybe if it's on a day where I'm about to go have a fun day all day, or about to get $1 million, I'll spring right out of bed. But I just want to sleep a little longer. Most of the time, it feels good helping somebody out, doing somebody a favor. It's helpful to them, and it can make you feel good sometimes. There are a lot of people who have dogs. Also, a lot of people who have cats. Just a lot of them, It's cool. I think the last thing I wanted to get to make sure I went over was the fact that wearing shoes can, in most cases, really help your feet from getting dirty and getting hurt on glass or nails or rocks or any kind of hazards. Shoes are a really good way to kind of keep your feet clean and not step on something that hurts your foot. And clothes are a nice way to keep warm, especially in the winter. Thank you so much.